everyone, my name is Anukamte Chidima, and today we will be presenting on crafting brief messages. I am the group leader of Group 7, and these are my group members.
My name is Bodikendi Ayomide Daniel. I am here to talk on electronic media available for short messages. There are several electronic media available for short messages. The first one, we have SMS, which is in short for short messages services. SMS is a text messaging service which allows the user to send at least 160 characters to the other end. We have instant messaging, which is a type of online chat that allows real-time communication between two or more people. We have social media messaging. This cuts across platforms like Twitter, Messenger, WhatsApp, and so on. We have the email, which is our electronic mail. And fifth one, we have chat box. Six, we have push notifications, which generally gives updates. Compositional modes used in electronic media. There are 9 common compositional modes used in electronic media. The first, which is conversation. Second, comments and critiques. Third, orientation. Fourth, summaries. Fifth, reference materials. Sixth, narrative. Seventh, teasers. And eighth, which is status updates and announcements. And the last but not the least, tutorial.
My name is David Buluwaga, and I'll be speaking on challenges of communicating through social media. Firstly, lack of non-social cues. Without the benefit of non-verbal cues like body language and tone of voice, social media communication can lead to misinterpretation or misunderstanding. Secondly, limited context. The brevity of social media message can make it difficult to provide context or fully explain complex ideas, leading to confusion or misinterpretation. Thirdly, trolls and online harassment. Social media can provide a platform for anonymous bullying or harassment, creating a toxic environment and make it difficult for communication to happen. Fourthly, the information overload. The sheer of volume of content shared on social media make it difficult to filter out noise or find relevant information. Effective communication requires effective access to meaningful information.
My name is Akribodo Anifemi, and I'll be speaking on the use of social networks and user-generated content in business management. So to buttress on these points, I'll give an instance. In the aspect of marketing, businesses can create social network profiles to showcase their products and advertise their services and also interact with the intended audiences. So here are the impacts of user-generated content in business communication. So the first one is as a form of social proof. When potential customers see that other customers are using and enjoying a product, they are most likely to trust the brand and even make a purchase. Number 2, increasing brand awareness. It works by encouraging the customers to create and share content to their network of acquaintances and followers, therefore effectively promoting the brand. Number 3, cost effectiveness. Businesses can use user-generated content to make engaging and original content without incurring additional costs. Thank you.
Good day, my name is Ejela Praise, and I'll be taking the slides community questions and answer side. This is an online platform that allows users to ask questions and receive answers from other members of the community, and it uses our reputation management. It helps to keep the reputation of the business by getting feedbacks and responses from customers concerning their products or services. The second one is market research. This aids as it brings about valuable insights into their customers' needs, preferences, and issues. The third one is customer engagement. It provides a platform to engage with potential customers and build relationships with them in order to create a positive impression. Thank you.
Okay, we've had pigeons with notes, we've had riders with horses, we've had postmen and post office, all trying to deliver some sort of business communication on the other. But in the 21st century, we have our electronic mail. My name is Jason Omo, and I'll run you through the electronic mail, its role in business communication, and how it has evolved business communication. Email has not only evolved business communication, it has revolutionized this completely. It has become one of the fastest and most accessible means of communication. Of course, with such speed and accessibility, it has advantages.
It allows you to send messages to your target audience in any geographical area. It has become such a powerful tool. But with great power comes great responsibility. It also has its disadvantages. Some of the consequences of email can be a legally binding document because it is sent out with the company's mail from the company itself. It can be held up against you in courts. So, for instance, if someone with poor judgment or poor writing skills accidentally said something racist or some slur, it will be held up against the company because it's a legally binding document. Next slide. So I've told you about how email has revolutionized business communication. Now, let me tell you its role in business communication. From email policies to legal weights to adhering to the chain of command, email has made its stay in business communication.
My name is Adem Bolas Fesalas, and I'll be talking about adapting the three-step writing processes to email messages. So we have three ways in which we can adapt to writing email messages. We have planning the email, deciding the email, and completing the email. So on planning the email, we have to decide if sending the email is necessary and it actually respects the company's formulation and policies. And also, we have to also involve our chain of command in every firm while deciding an email messages that you want to send. In involving the chain of command in a complaint, you have to avoid the disclosure of confidential content of the firm. So in writing email messages, you have to look for a word that will hook the reader from the start. So in looking for a word that will hook the reader from the start, you have to make clear impressions about the messages that you are sending to the reader. So also in writing email messages, you have to use keywords and phrases that will also hook the reader while the reader is reading from the start. And lastly, completing email messages. For completing email messages, you must check spellings and grammatical errors. You must also avoid mishaps and mistakes while you are sending your email. For example, hitting the reply all when you are not supposed to do so. Thank you.
Okay, my name is Tunde Ajao, and I was speaking on what instant messaging in business communication. Basically, instant messaging in business communication provide a real-time and live text, a real-time and live text messages between sender and the receiver. So next slide. So what are the benefits of instant messaging? One is effective communication, which help in resolving question quickly and enhance productivity. Secondly, cost saving, which help in reducing reduce cost by eliminating long distance expensive phone calls. And thirdly, mobility and accessibility. Instant messaging makes communication possible from anywhere and at any time. And lastly is team building, encourage friendly environment among employees with seamless collaboration.
Okay, so next, the guidelines for effective instant messaging. One is to be concise, which is to keep it short and simple. Next is to stay professional, which is to use the company's IM policies and etiquette. The third one is to avoid distractions, which is to not to sway from the original subject. And the next one is to focus on the subject, to stay on the reason why you are doing the IM message.
My name is Jessica Damilola, and I will be presenting on the roles of blogging and microblogging in business communication. So, blogging is a type of content marketing which allows businesses to create and publish articles, typically on their websites, to provide valuable information to their target audience. Microblogging is a type of social media that allows businesses to share short and frequent updates to their customers. Now, to the roles of blogging and microblogging. One, increasing brand awareness. Blogging and microblogging on social media platforms can help businesses expand their digital footprint by increasing visibility and engagement with potential customers. Two, building thought leadership. Blogging provides a space for companies and individuals to share their expertise, becoming a valuable resource for industry insights. Three, driving traffic and conversation. Effective blogging and microblogging campaigns can drive traffic to a business websites and increase conversations by building trust and authority.
Good day, my name is Ojela Mayowa. I'm a group member of Group 7. I'm here to talk about adopting the 3 steps of writing process to blogging. We have the planning, we have the drafting, we have the revising, editing and publishing. Now, what is planning? As a simple definition goes, a plan is a guide to action. So in planning stage, we take time to develop overreaching theme, specific goals and objectives. We ensure we outline our key points in order for it to be well organized and well structured. When it comes to drafting, we draft our post carefully in a conversational tone. Ensure it must meet its goal set and its objective also being set. We must also present it in a compelling way in order for us to achieve its goals and objectives. When it comes to the revising, editing and publishing, after drafting the post, as the saying goes, no one is beyond mistake. We must make sure we carefully check our post for us to revise the post for clarity, readability and search engine optimization. We must also check for grammar, spelling errors and freestyle.
Finally, after you must have revised and edited the post, for us to enter this publishing stage, there are various ways we can publish. We can publish through social media accounts, respond to comments, and engage with our audience. Thank you very much.
So in this presentation, we're talking about adapting to the 3-step writing process in podcast, where we'll explore how writing process can be modified and be used in podcasting process. Next slide. Here we'll be talking about the 3-step writing process in podcast, and here we'll be talking about planning, which is the first step of creating a podcast, where you have to start by deciding on a topic, choosing the tone of your podcast, and then choosing your target audience, where we also have to determine the length of the podcast, consider how you want to introduce your guests or co-host if you have any, and where you decide on any supporting materials or music for the backgrounds or anything like that. And then we have to go to drafting. Drafting is where it's also a phrase in the writing content, where we are scripting the audio for the content. This one we're actually kind of going into the writing process, where we write the scripts for the podcast. Here we write the script for our episode, from the outline, the introduction to the main content to the conclusion, and then the next is the revising stage, which is basically how you package your whole podcast, from editing it to listening to your podcast, making notes on where you made mistake to improve, or editing the audio to remove background noise and so on, or adding any supporting materials. So now we are going to talk about the podcast scripting tips. And first of all, you need to invest in quality podcast equipment. Second is to take notes in simple language, and the third is to edit for clarity. Thank you.